Welcome to Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Spicer Bell. I'm the president of the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and through this series of programs we try to shine the spotlight on organizations that are making a real difference in our community. And today we're going to be talking about the Big Brother, Big Sister program, and my guest is Jessica Mimms. Jessica, welcome.
Thank you, Spicer.
And you are the Eastern Shore Director for Big Brother, Big Sisters and also Maryland Mentoring Partnership, correct?
Yes, here on the Eastern Shore, yes.
Okay, great. Big Brother, Big Sister has been around for a long time. Great name recognition and what have you, but we may have some folks who are viewing who don't know much about it. Tell our viewers a little of the history of Big Brother and Big Sisters and what you do.
Okay. Well, yes, Big Brothers Big Sisters has been around for over 100 years, but locally just over 25 years. And we pair children in need of extra adult attention with a caring volunteer in the community. And we base all of our mentoring matches on preferences. We know, based on research, that the success and longevity of a match really is improved if you base your match off of preferences.
Mm-hmm. So, and you know, it's certainly, I'm sure you have some real tremendous impact on some of these young people. So, now also you're part of a recent merger. Big Brother Big Sisters merged with the Maryland Mentoring Partnership. What's Maryland Mentoring Partnership, and tell us a little bit about that merger into one organization.
Okay. Well, in Maryland, there's two great organizations everybody recognizes for mentoring, and that was Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Maryland Mentoring Partnership. And we noticed that we were working a lot with the Maryland Mentoring Partnership to train mentors and also youth service providers. And we thought it was a natural partnership for us to join forces and work together in that. So through Maryland Mentoring Partnership, our division, we train mentors. We also train other mentoring groups. We help set up and establish mentoring groups, maybe within a college or workplace, even other schools. They may want to have their own mentoring group, and we help them through those stages.
Mm-hmm. And how large an area are you covering from your office here in Salisbury?
Well, direct services with matches, we are primarily on the lower Eastern Shore. We are serving some matches in Caroline, Talbot, and other counties. However, with our training through Maryland Mentoring Partnership, we are covering, well, the entire Eastern Shore as well as all of Maryland.
Mm-hmm. Now, we have a very active mentoring program here in Wicomico County, the Wicomico Mentoring Program. Do you work with them?
Oh, we are so happy to have a partnership with them.
I try to offer these leading questions if I can.
And through this merger, we're able to do even more for Wicomico Mentoring Partnership. Let me tell you a little bit about our initial partnership. Big Brothers Big Sisters started out as a community-based mentoring program. And the Wicomico Mentoring Partnership is within the schools. And it's difficult. Every time someone wants to see their mentee outside of school, they would have to get a permission slip if they were just a school mentor. So anyone in that program that would like to see that mentee outside of school can join forces with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we provide different activities for those matches. Now that we are also Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Maryland Mentoring Partnership, we're able to offer activities for all of those matches as well. So just over the summer, we had a back-to-school bash, and Wicomico Mentoring Partnership and Big Brothers Big Sisters matches and other matches were able to join in the fun of that.
Now, what's a back-to-school bash?
Well, this particular back-to-school bash was sponsored by Courtesy Chevrolet in Salisbury, and we had it at the Hazel Outdoors at Discovery Center.
Sure,
yes.
Great
and
location.
We welcomed the kids out, and they were all provided with backpacks and school supplies by so many generous donors in the community. So they all got a little something. We played games, you know, a lot of things.
Do any fishing?
Yes, we did.
Oh, the kids love to fish at the Hazel Center.
Fishing. We had a campfire. It's a great place for any youth program. I would recommend it.
Okay, super. Big brother, big sister. How does someone become a big?
Well, first you have to have the time and the
Okay.
desire to want to give to a child. We ask for a 1-year commitment at least. We know, again, through research, that if you're not able to do at least a year, it may do more damage to a child. So we are looking out for the best interests of the youth. So we ask that someone be able to dedicate at least a year. And believe it or not, some people get into this thinking, well, I can give a year, that's not much. And 11 years later,
Yeah.
they're still mentoring that child.
Yeah.
So, of course, we do a one-to-one interview.
Mm-hmm.
We find out a little bit about the individual and their background. We do a background check references, and we go from there.
Mm-hmm. And where do the kids come from? How do the littles find their way to you?
A lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of people know Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We have referrals from school counselors, therapists, family, friends. But a parent or guardian or caregiver have to complete an application. And we have to interview the child, and the child has got to want to be involved in the program.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, their willingness to be involved goes a long way, and it helps
Sure.
make the volunteers' experience a pleasant one.
Now, are these typically kids who are missing one of the parents in the family, or?
It can be, yes. So that's a big part of our child population is a child without a parent. We also have children that may have a parent that's in the military and that's gone frequently. We also may have a child that has one or both parents incarcerated. And sometimes we have children that are being raised by one or both grandparents. And it may be just a generational gap, and that child would like, a mentor to identify with somebody that's a little younger.
Okay, so those are some of the types of things you take into account. If the grandparents are raising the child, you might match them up with a little younger mentor. Or what have you. Interesting, very interesting. And what age range of kids do you serve?
We accept applications for children starting at the age of 6, and they can stay up to 16. But they can stay in the program till they're 18, of course, as long as we can keep them in the program and do case management. Then we do.
Now, if I'm a big, what typically might I be expected to do with my little?
Well, we like to encourage mentors to do what you like to do. We're matching based on preferences and interests. So maybe incorporate your everyday life. Maybe incorporate that child into that. And we also do some icebreakers in the beginning, and we ask everybody what they might be interested in doing together. So that maybe they try new things. It could just be going to the park, going for a walk, playing basketball. We offer different activities throughout the year for all the matches, and even children on the waiting list to get together. So those are also things that matches can participate in.
So, I think you're aware my wife was a big at one time.
Yes, of course.
And the young man that we worked with was relocated to New Jersey about 4 years ago. We still hear from him. He still calls every once in a while. He's in junior college now and working and what have you, but it's really rewarding to, every once in a while the phone will ring and it'll be him. So he can, but I remember, gosh, it was many years ago. He was, I won't say he was afraid of the water, but he was a bit apprehensive. And the first time I got him in a kayak, and it took some doing, and then he decided he loved it.
He loved it.
He loved it. Once he figured out it was something he could do and he could handle, and he wasn't going to tip over and that sort of thing. But for years we involved him in a variety of family activities, and we'd take him to the movies and we'd take him Christmas shopping and things like that. Just family activities, but it was fun. It's really neat that he has stayed in touch with and calls from time to time. Very rewarding.
It's incredible. The connections that we're making are typically lifelong. I have a little. We've been together for 2 years now, and she's part of the family.
Now, do you have a waiting list?
We do have a waiting list.
How long is it?
And I like to tell everybody about it because it's not as scary as some would think. It stays between about 50 and 60 usually.
Okay.
But I like to tell everybody, don't let that intimidate you. If you have a child that you feel would be a good fit for the program, we encourage you to apply, enroll your child, because while all the children are on the waiting list, they are invited to the activities. We also have tickets that are extended to us from the Shorebirds and the Ravens, and there's just so many different opportunities that we can extend to families in our program, even if we're not able to match them right away. And again, we match based on preferences. So if your child likes kayaking, and we have a mentor that really wants to do that with a child, that may be the perfect fit. So it doesn't necessarily go in any order.
Interesting. So now you say you have 50 kids on the waiting list. That would seem to imply that you could use some volunteers.
Yes, indeed. Always could use volunteers, and our biggest need are male mentors, of course. And the majority of our waiting list are boys, and because we match based on preferences, those boys say, I have sisters, I have a mom, I want a male in my life. I want a male role model. So,
Okay. This is where we get crashly commercial. Tell people how they could volunteer with Big Brother, Big Sister. How do they get in touch with you?
yes, of course.
And our friends here at Pac14 will show it on the screen too, I'm
Great.
sure.
Well, the best way is online at www.biglittle.org. If you go to our website and click on a tab that says volunteer, there's more information about the program, and people can download an application, complete it, fax it, mail it. You can also call us
Okay.
at 410-543-2447 and speak to anyone at the office, and they can tell you more about the program as well and help you be on your way.
So if somebody's not sure whether it's right for them, they can call and somehow kind of talk them through what it's like to be
Of course.
big.
And there's always other ways to volunteer. Like I said, we have these activities that sometimes we have over 100 youth at, and we need volunteers to help us manage those activities and execute them. So
So it might not be a commitment of seeing your big every week or two. It might just be for several events a year and be a way of supporting the organization.
exactly.
Okay. Going back to being a big, how often, is there a standard expectation for how often the big would be with their little?
It varies, but we ask that mentors try to see we call them littles or mentees, 2 to 4 times a month.
Okay.
And it really depends on the quantity of time that you spend together. Really, it's about the quality.
Okay, sure.
So some people like to see their littles every week for about an hour. And then some people see their littles maybe twice a month, maybe for the majority of the day on a Saturday or Sunday. But we do know that people have their own lives and a busy schedule, and maybe busy at work, busy with their kids at home. So we try to be flexible and fit into people's schedules.
It's really up to them to make
Plan
it
it.
work the way it'll work for them. Okay,
Exactly.
let me pause for a moment. You're watching Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Spicer Bell. I'm the president of the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore. And today we're talking about the Big Brother, Big Sister program. My guest is Jessica Mimms, who's the Eastern Shore director for Big Brother, Big Sisters and a Maryland Mentoring Partnership. That's a mouthful,
Yes, it is.
Jessica. It really is. And you have a lot of territory to cover.
We're working on a name change.
Oh, gosh. Let's continue talking about being a mentor. Is it costly for the big?
We encourage mentors not to spend money and to reserve spending money if you so choose on special occasions, maybe birthdays and holidays. We provide all of our mentors with a monthly calendar of events with ideas of things to do in and around the community that are free And then we also, of course, there's some things that are at low cost. We also provide everybody, when they're first matched, a great idea book of different things they can do together, whether it's something you can do in the house on a rainy day or other things in the community that go on all year round. So there's no need for it to be costly. And we have children all over the Eastern Shore, so it could be someone that lives right, down the street from you.
Okay. We live in a day and age where there's legitimate concern for child abuse and things like that. What type of background checks do you do, and how do you reassure the neighborhood and your clients and so on that the matches you make are safe?
Yes, indeed. Well, we do thorough background checks. We do background checks on Social Security, on driving records, criminal, that we run, the sex offender abuse list as well to make sure we're checking everything. And our social workers and myself, we're trained the very best we can to weed out anyone that may be a predator and to notice red flags. And we have the authority to reject anyone we feel is not appropriate for the program.
Okay. So if someone goes through the application process, they're going to be vetted in that respect to make sure they're going to be a reliable mentor, and then they're kind of be in a holding pattern until you can make a match of their interests and some kids' interests.
Exactly. It takes a little time to go through the application process, but that's just because we're doing a thorough background.
If I applied today, how long would it typically be before I would be matched with a youngster?
Well, you're a male.
Ah,
so
okay.
we put a rush on male
Okay, well,
mentors.
good point, sure.
Definitely, because we have so many boys on our waiting list.
Okay.
I could process someone in about 2 weeks, as long as we were able to have a one-to-one meeting and you were able to fit that into your schedule.
Okay, very good, interesting. So if we have any gentlemen watching who have some time to make a difference in a kid's life, they need to call you.
Definitely.
So, can you share any, without names, can you share any success stories with us?
There's so many.
Pick a couple.
Of course.
It's always gratifying.
Of course. Well, I had a match that I met with the father, and the father told me a heart-wrenching story about how the mother was killed in a car accident. And he had been doing his best to raise his daughter. But she was getting to an age where she had female questions, and he didn't feel like he could do her justice. So he reached out to our organization, and it's a different case because we have so many boys that are looking for male mentors. It was nice to be able to help a little girl that needed a female role model in her life. And we matched that match, and they were together. I unfortunately I've lost touch with them, but they were together until their 18-year graduation.
Until she graduated
out of the program, exactly. And she just made such an impact in that daughter's life, and she became the little said like a second mother to her. And although she'd never forget her real mother, this woman really fulfilled a need in her life.
Wonderful, wonderful. Any male success stories? I'm sure you have.
Gosh, there's so many. We have a male mentor actually that contacted us after years and years and years of their match graduating, and I wasn't even involved in the program. I probably didn't even graduate college at that point. But he contacted us and said, my little is now a Navy SEAL, and he's been through the military, and he's just so successful, and I just wanted to reach out to you guys and tell you how much this program meant to not only him but me, because it was difficult time in my life, and I felt that it was a good time for me to give back to the community. And so I spent a lot of time with him, helping him read and helping him stay out of trouble because he was going down the wrong path in life. But through it all, I didn't realize that it saved my life as well. So there's so many stories that are just heartwarming, and gosh, you can Google Big Brothers Big Sisters and see so many of them.
Yeah. Well, you make an interesting point there because, of course, we get feedback from a lot of different nonprofit organizations.
Yes.
Most of them dependent on volunteers in one way or another. And we have volunteers repeatedly say to us that they feel as if they get more out of their volunteer work than the people they're helping. And I mean, it's this idea of giving back or giving forward. In case of a program like yours, really shaping the future of our community. You know, just kind of one kid at a time, but it makes a real difference.
And I have so many young volunteers, maybe kids that want to help out maybe at an activity or even a special events, and they volunteer for us. They can't become a mentor yet, or maybe they can, but they'd have to pair with someone over 18. And they say, I can't wait until I'm over 18 because I'm going to be a big brother. And that just feels so good because they're seeing the difference the program is making, and they want to be a part of it.
Is there room for current college students as bigs in your program?
There are room for college students because they are here during only the school year. We do ask for a 2-year commitment from college students, and we try to be very strict again on that policy, just because we are dealing with the children, and we want it to be a benefit to the children first and foremost.
Question I always try to remember to ask is, who pays the bill for all this? How are you funded?
Well, we have so many wonderful supporters in the community. Of course, the Community Foundation is one of them. We're a United Way agency. We have in the past received federal funding and sometimes local funding, but private donors, special events. We do local golf tournaments. We also do Bowl for Kids' Sake. And so we raise money within the community to keep the program in the community.
So, and largely each mentor relationship is really kind of expected to be self-sufficient, I guess. So
yes.
If I'm a big, you're not going to pay me.
It's definitely a volunteer opportunity, and we have so many great supporters like the Shorebirds and the Ravens that they provide tickets, so we extend those to our matches. But
yeah, I think I ran into you at a Shorebirds game this year. I think you had a group out there. So there's an example. Shorebirds are great corporate citizens in our community, and they help your organization.
And so many,
a lot of organizations. I know we did a partnership with them along with the Purdue Foundation to raise money for the food banks this year. So you have an exciting event coming up. Tell our viewers a little bit about that.
It's our 19th annual Santa's Open Golf Tournament, and we hold it at River Run in Berlin. And the golfers come out and they pay $75 per player, but they also bring an unwrapped gift for a child. And it's a great event, it's a lot of fun, and we turn around and give all those gifts to the children in our program at our holiday party, which is at Mitchell's Martial Arts.
And when is the Santa's Open?
It is December 3rd, the first Saturday in December. Yes.
And you pray for warm weather.
Well, you typically every year we've had great luck, and it's a lot of fun.
Those avid golfers, they really don't care. It's just an opportunity to get out.
Yes.
So it doesn't even get them away from the office.
No, it doesn't get them out of the office, but we have some nice gifts that they could give at a silent auction afterwards, so they can do a little shopping afterwards. Okay,
great. The Santa's Open to support Big Brother, Big Sisters. Get out there, get your clubs dusted off, and come on out.
Yes, we appreciate any support because it does make the holidays a lot brighter for our families.
Great. Once again, tell how folks can get in contact with you if they're interested in referring a youngster, if they're interested in volunteering, if they're interested in donating. How do they find you?
Well, to obtain a child application or learn more about how to enroll a child, simply call us at 410-543-2447, and we will be able to send you information on the program as well as an application to the program. For counselors or therapists that are interested in referring children, we have a referral form, or they can simply give an application to their client. And for volunteers, either give us a call if you have more questions, or go to our website, www.biglittle.org.
And I think you're probably listed on the SureCan website, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, so they could go to surecan.org,
Yes.
which lists all kinds of volunteer opportunities.
Exactly.
And, register, click on, and that message would go to you also. So, Jessica, is there anything I forgot to add? Anything I should have asked that I've forgotten?
I think you did a thorough job, Spicer.
Well, it's always great to have you with us. I think you've been on the show before, but I think it's important for us from time to time to remind folks of the great job that Big Brother, Big Sister does in our community, and the way you really are making the difference in the lives of kids, and in that way, somebody can really shape the future of the Lower Shore.
Well, thank you, Spicer. It wouldn't be possible without the support of you and foundations like you have with the Community Foundation.
Well, you guys do the hard part. So thank you for being with me today. We really appreciate you being on Community Foundation Spotlight.
Thank you.
So, you've been watching Community Foundation Spotlight. I'm Spicer Bell. I'm with the Community Foundation of the Eastern Shore, and we want to remind you that coming up is the Community Foundation's annual meeting. It's an opportunity for us once a year to get together with representatives of nonprofit organizations, our donors, concerned citizens from across the Lower Shore, and we report to you what we've been doing, and it's an opportunity for us to celebrate the great work that nonprofit organizations do in our community. As part of that program, we award the Henson Award for Nonprofit Excellence, the Morris Award for Humanitarianism, and we are also adding this year a Volunteer of the Year Award. We hope Big Brother, Big Sister might be nominating someone for that award, and it'll be a way of highlighting the value of volunteers by recognizing one volunteer. It's a way for us to recognize all volunteers and the difference they make. That annual meeting is coming up on November the 4th. It's a Friday, 11:30 in the morning at the Fountains, and we'd love to have you join us. You can visit our website, www.cfes.org, for information on that annual meeting, as well as the other programs we have coming up at the Community Foundation. And if you're involved with a nonprofit organization, we urge you to check that website and check out our training programs that we have. We have a lot of wonderful training opportunities that will help build the capacity of your nonprofit organization. Today we've been highlighting Big Brother, Big Sister. Jessica Mimms, thank you for visiting with us.
Thank you.
And thank you for viewing Community Foundation Spotlight on Pac14.
Would you like to see your community organization or nonprofit group featured on Pac14? To get started, contact us at 410-677-5014 or visit our website at www.pac14.org. Pac14 is a great way to connect with your community.